name is Jess and welcome back to my channel. I have been quite absent from this channel over the last month or so. My last video was my June sewing plans, which was obviously way back at the beginning of June. It's just been a bit crazy the last month or so with our renovations, and my work has been really busy, so I haven't had a lot of time to do any sewing in the last month. I also didn't have a sewing room up until a week and a half ago, so yeah, that's why there hasn't been a lot of sewing or any content on this channel up until now. However, the renovations are coming to an end finally. We have a cabinet maker here today finishing off our kitchen, and then yeah, it's just a few little bits and bobs and endy bits to kind of finish off. So I'm very excited about that. I'm also very excited to have my sewing room back. It is decluttered and organised and destashed. I got rid of well over half my stash. I had a lot of pieces that I was keeping for little Miss Lorraine that I just won't use now for my normal sewing. So for those of you who don't know, I actually closed little Miss Lorraine as well during June. It just, yeah, was something that needed to be done, and I feel kind of like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders, and I can finally use sewing for myself and for this channel and everything, and yeah, not have to worry about the little Miss Lorraine side of things. So I'm very excited about this kind of next stage in my journey. So today's video is a little bit of a mix of everything. It is a little bit of an update video. It is my June makes, which I said I wasn't going to do a video, but I thought I'd just incorporate what I've made in June into this one, and also my July sewing plans. So yeah, kind of a bit of a mishmashy kind of video. So let's just jump straight in with my June makes. So I set myself 4 things to make during June, and I only finished one of them. I did start a second one, but the 2 things that I really needed to make I didn't, so I do really need to get onto those this month. So let's start with the one thing that I did make. It was my Suki kimono from Helen's Closet. Now, if you're on Instagram, you'll have seen me post about this one already. I'm so pleased with how this one turned out. There are still like a few adjustments that I need to make, but overall, I love it when you have like a plan in your head and it actually comes together. You will know by now, probably if you've watched this channel for a while, that I don't do toils or muslins usually. So yeah, but I do tend to make them out of like a fabric that's not the perfect fabric that I'd like to use, so that it kind of can become a wearable toil if it does work out. So this is definitely a very wearable toil, but there are some things I will need to change next time. So essentially the only changes that I made were to cut off from where that waist tie line is on the back. I transferred that marking onto the front and I kind of cut it off there. And I also have ended up folding over the neck, the band, I guess that's what that pattern piece is called, so that it's only half the width of what it was before, because otherwise it did look quite roby when it was tied over. So they were the only 2 changes that I made to the pattern. I will have to make some further adjustments next time, like I said, so I think I will have to make it a bit longer, and that is just because it is quite short, and I don't mind that, that's fine, but it is even too short for some of my higher waisted things. So I just probably want to add maybe 1 inch or 2 inches onto the length, and I would also like to make these ties a little bit thicker so that they will cover a little bit more and hold it all together. And then yeah, next time I will actually adjust the pattern piece to be half the size instead of me folding it over like I've done here. And then stitching it down. So yeah, apart from that, I don't think there's too many things I need to do differently. I absolutely adore this pattern. So many people for Sew My Style made little matching like a Suki kimono robe and then like a little cami top and shorts, which I think was really cute and something I'd love to do when the warmer weather comes around. And then the other people did it as a more traditional nighttime robe. So I think this pattern is so versatile, and I'll definitely be adding some more of these cropped versions of it into my wardrobe. I had a lot of requests for a tutorial, so when I do my next one, I will definitely kind of show you the process of how I did it. Like I said, it's not hard at all, but yeah, there are just a few things to be aware of when you're doing it. So I will have that up at some point when I make my next one. The other pattern that I started was the Minetta dress from Collect Patterns. I just really wanted a quick an easy sew, and I know that that's what the Medada is. So it's not completely finished yet. I still have to add on the skirt and do all the hemming, but I did add a neckband onto this one, which is pretty terrible, but I think with some steaming I'll be able to get away with it. I did make it too short, so it is quite pulley in quite a few places. I can just never get that perfect length right for them. I should have done it a little bit more. Anyway, I'm really happy with how it's turned out, and it's going to be just a great kind of chuck on dress. So yeah, I'm really excited to have that one finished, so I will try and get that done this month as well. So in terms of July sewing plans, the July Sew My Style pattern this month is either the Lander pant or short from True Bias, or the Forsyth trousers from Blake Slate Patterns. Now, so many people this month want to make both, and I'm also in that boat. However, I'm not going to be attempting both of them this month because that would just be completely insane. So I really want to make the Landers as a short, so I'm going to leave them until the warmer weather. Obviously it is not shorts weather at the moment. I'm sitting here with my heater on because it is so cold today. So I'm going to do the Forsyth trousers instead. Now, the one thing that I really love about the Forsyth trousers is the gorgeous sash on there and the kind of relaxed fit of them. I feel like they'd be something that I would wear quite a bit, especially at home. Sort of makes me feel that little bit more professional without being sort of too laid back. And I know that I'm working from home, but I do like to get dressed, and I do have client meetings as well, so it would be a good thing to wear for those. So I don't have any fabric for them yet. Unfortunately, in my stash, I don't have anything that will work for them. So I will have to purchase some fabric. So for me, purchasing fabric at the minute, my first place to go is the fabric de-stash groups to see if anybody has anything. And if not, I will then purchase online. So if the fabric de-stash groups don't have anything in there, the Remnant Warehouse does have a really gorgeous, they call it like a natural beachy, I think, tone linen, which I think would be really, really gorgeous and very, very versatile in my wardrobe. So I quite like the look of that one, and it is on the cheaper side as well. It's a linen cotton, which I do also like. If I had the budget, obviously I would love to purchase some linen from the fabric store. I really wanted to make like a soft pink version of them. I'm not sure how much wear I get out of them, but I thought it would be really cute. However, yeah, I can't really afford their linens at the moment, so for now I'll just see what I can do with those other two. But yeah, I think it's just going to be such a versatile piece in your wardrobe, and I'm really, really excited to see what everyone makes this month. Seamwork Magazine and Collect Patterns are sponsoring this month, and they're offering a 6-month Seamwork subscription, so it's a pretty awesome prize this month. So if you are thinking about taking part, I would highly recommend that you do. The reveal day is always the last Sunday of the month, and I don't have my phone on me, so I'm not entirely sure what the date is, but I'll make sure to advertise that a bit more clearly this month because I know some people are unsure. So the other two things on my sewing table this month are from my June sewing plans, which I'll pop a link to up here. So it is the honeycomb dress from Coco Wawa Crafts and the, I think it was called the pleated top from Cartier Fabrics. I have the honeycomb on my sewing table now, so I am going to be cutting that one out today and hopefully starting to sew that. And then yeah, the other one I'll definitely get to this month as well. I'm trying to incorporate a little bit of sewing time each day, even if it's only 15 minutes, just to kind of give myself a break from the intense computer work that I do for my job, and also just to kind of relax and chill. So yeah, they're kind of my two things that I would really like to get done this month, apart from obviously the Forsyth trousers. So the other thing I wanted to talk to you about this month was what I'm currently knitting. Now, I don't really share a lot of my knitting because, I don't know, knitting just takes me forever. I'm quite a quick knitter, but I just don't spend enough time knitting, and it's something I would like to change, and I have been enjoying knitting at night. Instead of being on the computer or on my phone, but it is something that I do really need to incorporate a bit better into my routine, and yeah, just spend a bit more time doing. I was lucky enough to be able to catch up with Brooke from Retro Novella. For those of you who know her, it was Lady Chicks, her Instagram before that. This is the second time we've caught up, and it's really, really lovely to be able to catch up with sewing friends in real life. She's such a lovely person. So yeah, it was so nice to catch up with her. So we went out for breakfast, And then we went and had a squish of some wool at Barb's Sew and Knits. If you're in Adelaide, that one's down Jetty Road, Glenelg, down Byron Street I think it is. She's a bit of a funny old lady, but she does have some really beautiful wools in there. Now I didn't actually purchase anything, Brooke did, so I feel like quite an enabler. But I already have a couple of projects kind of on the go and I've got wool for them, so I didn't really need anything. However, the sewing project that I have on the go at the moment is using wool from her shop. I'll just get it out of my cute little project bag, which is from Travelling Alice. She has a very cute store on Etsy, and I've got a couple of her things for my makeup. My makeup bag as well is from her, so she hand stamps everything, which I think is so lovely. So yeah, I got her project bag, which is really cute. It kind of rolls down and then you've got a strap to kind of hold it all together. So yeah, I'm really pleased that I got that one. So anyway, I am currently knitting the Davis top from Quince & Co. So this is kind of my second attempt at this one. With my knitting, I'm kind of a bit like I was when I started sewing. I'm a little bit impatient. And if I don't have the exact right tools, I'll kind of just try and make it work anyway, which obviously doesn't always happen and doesn't always work. So I didn't have the right needles to use for this, and the yarn that I'm using is probably a little bit too thin. So yeah, it was way too small last time. So I've now undone it and gone up a size. So yeah, this is the second time I've done it, but it's okay. I'm happy to kind of undo and keep going. So anyway, this is kind of where I'm at. I'm just finishing the bodice before I move on to like the sleevey bits. This mustard is absolutely stunning and really beautiful. So this is a Bellissimo St. George yarn. It is 50% Australian superwash merino wool and 50% cotton, which I think will be nice to wear maybe during the transitional season, sort of in between winter and spring. Yeah, I didn't buy any wool when I was with Brooke, but this was from her shop and I absolutely love it. So the Davis tee, I'll sort of put a little picture here for you. They actually make it out of like this beautiful linen wool, which is beautiful, but again, I can't afford. So yeah, I'm hoping this one will turn out just as nice. It's sort of like a little cropped kind of 3/4 length tee, and I think this would actually go really nicely with the Forsyth trousers depending on what material I choose to make it out of. So yeah, that's kind of my little knitting journey. I'll keep you updated with that one at the end of the months, probably in my my end of month make videos, just so you can kind of see the progress on that. Yeah, I don't really share a lot of knitting because I don't do a lot of it, but I do enjoy knitting, especially as something a little bit different from sewing and something I can just kind of do without really thinking about it too much. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am so close to 5,000 subscribers. I think this morning I was at 4,900. So if you have found this video and you aren't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button below if you want to see lots of sewing related stuff and a little bit of lifey things as well. If you liked this video, as always, please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you next week. I am doing a question and answers video next week, a Q&A. So if you have any questions you'd like me to answer, they don't have to be sewing related. I do have a few already that I've collated over the last month or so that people have asked me that kind of require slightly more in-depth answers than what I can give just by messaging them back. So yeah, but if you have any questions you want to ask, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll try and include them in next week's video. Alright guys, I'll see you then. Bye!